Okay, so when we end the session last week, we were here and we were discussing about this parcel of books, how it is being divided among two sisters, right, Sanduni and Anupama. And we were trying to figure out how the iteration is going to happen, right? So the starting is happening, input parcel of books, opening the parcel of books. So taking the book out of the parcel and we checking the condition. And if it is a 40-page book, if it is yes, you are going to give it to Anupama, right? No, it is for Sanduni. So this part should be given the name yes. And it's better we have a bigger arm. So yes. Yeah, Osipmi, hold on. Yeah, yes, Osipmi. As you said, these two things should go on a parallelogram. Let me take a parallelogram for that. So this is Sanduni. Right, now my question was, now it was not completed, right? It is not a complete flow chart, right? So we know, like, according to the things we were discussing in the example, so this should happen. So after that, we should take another book from the parcel. So like from here, we can connect it over here. Right, and if the book is given to the Anupama, again, that particular flow can connect over here. Now my question is, this is not the complete way of doing it. There is a problem in this situation. What is going to be the problem? Yes, any guess? What kind of a problem it can cause? Yes, people? Very good, Dinelka. When to end this process? That's the problem. That's one good problem, right? When are we going to end this process? Right? So we can end the process. How we are going to end the process? Like when we are going to end this process? If you think practically. Yes, that's it. Yes, it is a loop in one. Yes, Dinelka. So Once all the books are taken out from the parcel, we are going to end this thing, right? Yeah, Ravindu, I'll come to that question after the session. Ask me when it is there. So if we are going to end the particular process, after all books are being taken out from the parcel, until that moment, we have to say, do these steps again and again. So that means to end the particular repetition, we have a condition. If the books are not over, if the parcel still got some books, the iteration should happen. If not, then only the process should stop. Now, how we are going to introduce, or how we are going to illustrate that condition, and what could be the place to put that condition. And now, so far we know we can use a diamond shape to introduce a condition, and to where and what kind of a question that we are going to ask. Yes, everyone. Let's come into a conclusion about the question that we are going to ask. What kind of a question you should ask? It is going to be a diamond shape anyway. So it's going to be a question which says yes or no. So what kind of a question that you are going to ask? Udamya, checking it whether it is an 80-page book, Dua, will not end the iteration process. Now, when to yes, Pehara. That's right. Yes, Dinelka. That's right. That's right. Does it in your case, it is true as well, as you say. So to where we are going to put that condition? After what? Or in which area are we going to put? Is it over here? Right? Where do we going to put it? Is it over here? Or somewhere here? What is the best place? Yes, yes. That would be a great place. Does it? Yeah, we can place the condition. We can place the condition somewhere after the selection, right? Before we move to the taking a book out of the parcel, we have to check whether there are any books left in the parcel still, right? So how we are going to illustrate that? So we can take a condition, we can place it over here. And we can ask the question, is there any books left in the parcel? It's kind of a lengthy question. So the question goes like this. Right now, when it comes to a condition, what would be the paths, or like what would be the way they are going to deal with? We are placing it over here. This output will direct us to somewhere here. Even from the Sanduni, comes like this. So now the question is asked. So if it is yes, I'm going to go to this particular flow. If it is no, what should happen? Yes, people, if it is no, what should happen? Yes, yes, that's it. Yes, Tesandu, that's correct. We should go to the end. Yeah, so this is going to be the yes part. It's better I have more room over here. Hold on. Right. So here comes the yes. And we'll take no from here. Okay, this is giving me a little hard time, but okay, I guess. And this should be the no part. So this condition is considered as an selection condition. This condition is considered as the iteration condition. Okay, so people, there we are discussing how the iteration is going to happen. Is that clear? We can, doesn't matter. We can. Right, okay. So did we wrote anything after what we have done lately, people? Did I give you any question regarding this? Yes, everyone. How did we end with the last week? Yeah, shall we write the question then? Can anyone tell me what is the what kind of a question number that we have to this particular thing? Like, is it the problem number 2 that we are talking about? This is, did we write this as the example number 3? Yes, everyone. Did we write the problem 3 as one of the examples in the book? Great. Which example is it? Did we write it as example 1, 2, 3 likewise, or you just take it on your own way? Problem 3, as I remember, it should be the second problem. Okay, so then we can write, draw a flow chart. So you may write this and then draw the flow chart. Draw a flow chart. Draw a flow chart to illustrate the algorithm. Draw a flow chart to illustrate the problem 3 algorithm. Yeah, that will be enough. Draw a flow chart to illustrate problem, not the problem 3, I'm very sorry, to illustrate example 2 algorithm. It was the second example we did, right? Example 2's algorithm. So you can have this. If you can write it alone or made it alone, you can do the like, you can manage the things that you want. Let me know when you're done, people. People, let me know when you're done. Okay, one is done. How about others? Okay, anyone else still doing this? Just a raise hand is sufficient. Okay, so if you are done with this, now this is the second problem in the textbook. So the people who don't have the textbook, refer it from here. Just try whether you can draw this. People, and again, did we have we drawn this earlier? Right. So now let's try to make a flow chart to this problem. So the problem is there. I want you to try to draw the flow chart to problem 2. Right. So write the question. Say draw a flow chart. Draw a flow chart. Draw a flow chart for the problem 2 in textbook. For the problem 2 in textbook. Give it a try and see whether you can come up with a solution. If you have done it, just send me the answer through the WhatsApp, right? All right. Anyone who got the luck to draw the flowchart? If you are facing anything hard, just let me know. Let's discuss, and we can go for practicing. Yeah, who needs more time? Yes, if anyone needs more time, just raise your hand, people. Okay, Sulakbi, I'll give you 2 to 3 minutes. Denuka has sent me a picture. Let me see. Let me see what Denuka has drawn. Okay, all right. Denuka, I can't clearly read what's the last process that is doing, like before the diamond shape. What is it, Pudha? Yes, Denuka. What is the name of that process? You have said taste for, yeah, which is not that clear. Never mind. Sulakdi, can we move forward? Right. Okay, so your flow chart should go, let me see. Yeah, like this. So it should start input tea leaves, sugar, hot water. Those will be the inputs. Then the processors put in the tea leaves into the particular strainer, pour in hot water through the cup to the cup through the strainer, and add in some sugar to the cup and stir it well, and then you taste it. Then the question should be, is taste satisfactory? Or you can ask it in the other way around. Is tea is not satisfactory? Yeah, Denuka, your one is correct. The only problem is the processors. They are not that clear. And the shape, when you are drawing the shape, be careful. like with the things like with the corresponding shape කියන්නේ rectangle එක අඳින්න එපා ඇදේට එතකොට ඒක සමාන්තර රාශියක් වගේ පේන ගන්නවා. Right, okay then, no worries. Right, I'll give you a minute if you don't have the if you have anything to be corrected, so it's the time. So like you can ask the question in two different ways, right? I have asked the question is like, is taste satisfactory? When I say no, then that happens. If I say yes, so switch is off. Likewise, you can ask the question on the other way around. Is taste not satisfactory? Then the yes part toggles. Yes part comes to the no, no part comes to the yes. Chanuri, the question that you are asking. Yes, then can do the changes. Chanuri, your question is not that clear. Chanuri, if you can just explain the question a bit further, then I can understand what you are trying to ask. All right, I have received some answers. Let me check. Asitmi. Yes. Yeah, Asitmi, since it is a little bit complex, it's better you go step by step, though. Right? This is not wrong, but it's better you go step by step. And again, the no path, it's better connect with the flow, though, not with the rectangular. And definitely the last, hold on. No. You can write it like this, but it's better you go with the correct way. And who is next? This is Behara, I guess. Yes. Behara, yes. Yes, that is correct. That is correct. And Behara, you have to think about the no, yes, like this particular thing, a taste cup, the output, right? So to indicate the output where it should be written, right? And this is Dinelka. Yes, Dinelka. Let me see. Right, and I'm looking at yours, Dinelka. Hold on. Yeah, Dinelka, your one can also be taken as a correct one. Udamya. Shanuri, yes, you can ask like that. Is taste good enough? Yeah, wait, Tesandu, I'm going through the previous ones. So once it is done, I'll go through. And Udamya, in the no path of your diagram, like how the end is connected, is it to the yes path or the no path? Tesandu, about your answer. Oh, Tesandu, you have deleted things, right? There I got you. No, Tesandu, don't go like this, Tesandu. Like you have written, you have represent several different steps by one particular process. Then programming වලදී එහෙම බෑපුතේ. You have to specify like making the T step by step. So that should be specified. Otherwise, it's not going to be a good algorithm. Got it, Tesandu? Yes, Udamya, do in your drawing on this particular condition, both yes and no parts are connecting with the end. It's not going to happen like that. If the no path is the iterating one, the other path is the one which is going to lead to the end. Right? Only one path is always going around. Got it, Udamya? Sulakdi. Yes, very good. It's a perfect way. Right. Okay, people. So since we have done the problem number 2, I want you to concentrate . Okay, so I'll give you a question, one last question. And before that, please confirm whether we go through this problem, that odd and even one, this problem number 7. Did we try that, people? Right, great. Okay, so I'll give you another question. This is something to think. Right, let's try to argue this. So we will be Very much clear with the iteration. Right. So yeah, take this down. Draw a flow chart. Draw a flow chart. Draw a flow chart. To take positive integers. To take positive integers. Okay, so draw a flow chart to take positive integers, and within brackets, you can say one at a time, one at a time. Draw a flow chart to take positive integers, within brackets, one at a time. Close the bracket. And to calculate, and to calculate and display, and to calculate and display the total of given positive numbers. Given positive numbers. Full stop and continue. When the user provides, full stop and continue. The program should end. The program should end when zero or negative number. The program should end when a zero or negative number is provided by the user. Is provided by the user. Yeah, Chanuri, the question is going to be draw a flow chart. It's better I write so you people can see it, right? Hold on. Draw a flow chart. Illustrate, sorry, to take positive integers within brackets one at a time, and to calculate and display total. Further, I said program should end when the user input 0 or negative value. Okay, people, just read it and try to start and do it. Start it and do it. Just try to come up with an algorithm. I'll give you 5 minutes to come up with an algorithm. I know it is not sufficient, but I want you to struggle with it. Then we'll discuss. Okay, you got another 3 minutes. Try to figure out. That is what I want. Right? I don't need the correct answer, the perfect answer. I want you to try to figure that out. Okay, time is almost up. So let's start. So how we are going to start? It says, first we have to understand the question. It says to draw a flow chart to take the total of positive integers given by the user one at a time, right? That means if you got a computer, if you got this program in your computer, computer will ask you a number, then you will give a positive integer. Then it will ask again a number, then you are again going to provide a positive integer. Likewise, until you provide a 0 or a negative value, it will take the positive numbers. Then whenever you provide in a 0 or a negative value, then after it's going to show you the total, and then the program is going to end. Right, so as usual, we can take we can take start. We need a start. And then what we need to do? Yes, people? What should we do? Yes, suggestions? Okay, Tesandu, enter a value. So to be much more clearer, I'll give enter a positive integer. Right? Okay, so it's going to be an input. Then we do what? Yes, people. Send me the suggestions. Dinelka, subtract 1 from it. What's the rationale, doer? Why are you saying like that? Why we should subtract 1 from it? No, Dinelka, it's the negative value that is going to be something which is entered by the user, doer. It's like when the program is there, you give positive numbers as much as you want. As a one particular input, we can give a negative number if we want to stop the program and to see the total. Right? So yeah, Tesandu, you are saying enter a positive value again. Okay. So that means the same one. So like, aren't we add this number to the total? Like we need the total at the end of the day. Right? So it's going to be something like this. So when the computer asks a positive value, I'm going to input 10. Then it asks another, I'm going to input 20. For the third time, I'm going to input 30. And when it is asking me a value for the fourth time, I'm not going to provide a positive value. I'm going to provide a 0. Or I can provide a negative value as well. So when I provide 0, then at the next line, it should show me 60. right? So 10 is given, 20 is given, 30 is given. So once after I give 0, it shows me 60. Why it is 60? Because the addition of 10, 20, 30. So we enter a positive integer, then we do what? Yes, people, I need the suggestions. Take the total. Tesandro is saying calculate these values. So Tesandro calculate these values means like, and Udamya taking the total, how we are going to say it in a computational way. Okay, good that you guys are like thinking to that point, right? Now, once we enter the integer, yeah, Udamya, yes, add the numbers. So it's like this, people. Now, when we are entering the values, the program need to calculate the total per each iteration, right? Now it's like this. If I ask the same thing from you people, I'm telling, okay, I'll tell you what are the some positive integers. You need to tell me what's the total once after I said 0. And you can't store these things, right? Because that is the way that the computer is behaving. එයාට එක වැලියු එකක් දුන්නම මේක මතක තියාගන්නවා, තව එකක් දුන්නම කලින් එක අතහැරලා තමයි ඊළඟ එක මතක තියාගන්නේ. Right? So the 10 is given. Then before I provide the 20, it's better we update the total. Otherwise 10 will be forgotten. මොකද 10 කියන කෙනාව මතක තියාගෙන ඉන්නේ ඊළඟ ඉන්පුට් එක එනකම් විතරයි. Right? So we have to say add the particular number to the total. Right? I'll make this as enter a value. මොකද positive integer වුණොත් නිතරම දෙන කෙනා positive integer එකක් විතරක්ම දීගෙන ඉන්න පුළුවන්. Enter a value. Right? Then I have to add this value to the total. Now, how we are going to show something like that? We can say total plus value. Now in programming, when we are saying something like this, it's going to be written in this manner. What is the manner? Total equals total plus value. This is how we are going to express it. Total equals total plus value. So this means what? This total, at this side, this is the existing total. And this is the new total. Right? So what does this mean? Add the value to the existing total value, which makes the new total. Are you clear with that? Yes, everyone. Dinelka, very good question. Very good question. Before that, can I have the confirmation? Are you clear with this? This says add the value to the existing total, which is going to make the new total. Okay. So now what Dinelka was asking, she was asking, so should we input an existing total? Very good, Sasrika. Dinelka was asking, so should we input an existing total before entering a value? And Sasrika was suggesting, is existing total equals to 0? Right? So both the requirement, both the questions point to the very same fact. So like to add the value to the total, there should be a value for total, right? In any case, to add our value to the total, there should be a particular value to the total. So for that, we have to give an initial value or a starting value for the total, which we call as initialization. Right? In programming, we call that initialization. So the things we have to initialize will be initialized right after the start as a good practice. You can initialize in many different places, but if you want to initialize it, the better place is right after the start. So let's initialize the total first. Initializing is a process. So I can say total equals to 0. That is at the beginning. Right? Now, I've got total equals to 0. Right, hold on, I have to get rid of my, yes. So from initialization, then we are going to enter a value. So now, even though I have used these brackets in your algorithm, we are not going to use these things. This is just for indicating, right? So we write the equation totally like this. Right? So it indicates this is going to be the existing total and this is going to be the new total. All right, so we start, we say, okay, total equals 0. We ask for a value. That value will be added to the total. What's next? Yes, what should be the next point? Yes, everyone? I need suggestions. Dinelka, why we are going for that kind of a condition? And Udamya, continuing the process means what? I need an exact point, or like the exact word. Tesandu, yeah, you are proposing to display the total. Okay, so Tesandu, we won't be able to display the total because we don't know, now the program does not know how to end the process. So in the program, I have said how to end the process. It says program should end when the user inputs 0 or a negative value. Then after we can display the total, right? If we are going to display the total right after this, like each and every time when we are updating the total, are going to output. That is not the requirement. We need total only for once. Then after we can end the program. Okay. Yes, Sasrika. Very good, Dinelka. Now Dinelka said if it is a negative or a zero, we can end. If not, we should repeat the process. Very good. So from where we are going to check that, Dinelka? So that means we have to check it whether the entered value is a zero or a negative, or in other case, if it is a positive. So what is the better place for you to check? Very good, Pehara. It is after entering the value. Udamya, not from the total doer. Total is going to be the added one. So it's better we check once after we enter the value. Right? So that means before we update the total, it's better we check. Right? So what should be the question, people? What should be the question? Very good, Dinelka. So we can ask it in a several different way. Dinelka is saying is the value less than or equal 0. And Pehara is proposing is the value a positive integer. Right? So if Dinelka, as the Dinelka said, I'll take it first because Dinelka has proposed it first. So if the question is value less than or equal 0. Right? So, Dinelka, what should happen if it is an yes? Yeah, Dinelka, it should proceed to the end, but before we end it, we have to display the total, the thing that we have calculated so far. Right? So if nothing has been calculated, total will be 0. But if something has been calculated, then we can see the total. Right? So the Dinelka's question is value less than or equal 0? Then that means in her program, it checks whether the entered value is a 0 or a negative value. If that is true, the program should show the output or the specific output, which is the total, and end the process. Right? So we can take a display. And then we can end. And this is because this is when it is yes. And what happens when it is no? Yes, people? What happens when it is no? Yes, Udamya, we have to repeat. So according to the flow chart that we are drawing here, if it is no means it is a positive value. So we add the value to the total. Then we have to ask another value, right? Which is right, yes. Yes, so how we are going to do it? Taking the process right over here. Now here comes the answer for our question. So we start it, we make the total 0, we ask for a value, we check the value whether it is a positive or a negative one. In this case, we are checking whether it is 0 or a negative. If it is yes, we are going to display the total, the value for the total so far. If it is not, we are asking to add the value to the total and ask for another value. Then it will be checked again. If it is positive, it will be added. Then ask again. Yeah, people, is this clear? Everyone? Right, great. Okay, so I want you to copy this quickly, people, even though it is 1:04, right? Quickly copy this down, and we'll have something similar on next week. Then after, we'll proceed through the lesson. All right, so please copy it down. At least you can take a screenshot and copy it down to your writing book. Right, then you can leave the session. Right, so thank you very much, everyone. I'll see you on next week for the very same time. So we can proceed to the more programming with the next week.